96.7 KCAL rocks. It is that time on a Thursday where we catch up with our guy, Pep, to talk some sports. Pep, what's going on?
Hey, Patrick, without even trying, I found all this good, juicy football news as we go into the first week of the NFL preseason. And let's start with the hometown Rams, all right? They've got the Cowboys coming up in their preseason opener. They've been having joint practices with one another leading up to this preseason game. But really the big news is we've talking about this sore back, they're saying, for Matt Stafford, the QB of the Rams. Now it's coming out reportedly that he has an aggravated disc in his back, which is not good. If anyone's had that, and I'm sure there's some KCAL rockers that have, dealt with or dealing with back injuries, that's not something that, fixes itself overnight. So right now, if the season started right now, Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy G would be your guy. And I guess Stetson Bennett would be the backup unless they do something at the quarterback position the next couple of weeks.
I was actually watching a little bit of that scrimmage, and Jimmy G was throwing a dime to Devontae Adams in the back of the end zone. I said, okay, Jimmy G knows what to do. That is a good point, but back to the disc thing. We know that's not good. Anyone who's had any trouble with a disc before, I can remember one time when I thought I squashed a disc, and I went into the doctor and or the chiropractor, excuse me. He goes, I can't do anything for you. He goes, why? He goes, because it's going to screw you up. I go, oh, did I squash a disc? He goes, no. I go, how do you know? Because he goes, because you'd be crawling in here. I go, oh.
Yeah, it's no joke.
That's how serious the disc is.
No, it is. And I was in the same boat, too. I had it was a squash disc, aggravated disc, bulging disc, whatever the technical medical term is. And the chiropractor's like, I'm not going to touch you because, it's only going to make it worse. So I'm going to stay away from that. So it is serious. Is Matt Stafford going to be ready for that first game of the year? Dude, that is a huge question mark. But you're right. Dude, Jimmy G was good with New England. He was great with San Francisco. People forget about that. So it's not like he might be the best backup QB in the entire league. So I think the Rams are still in a good spot, but to not have Matt Stafford, that is very big.
And Devontae and him do have some chemistry. They did make up after the big Hard Knocks comment where Devontae Adams said, this guy's going to get me killed out there. I guess he was just really frustrated. He didn't mean it as much. Jimmy G and him are cool. So at least they have something. You're right. But I thought maybe Stafford just didn't want to do training camp or he's pulling the old veteran move.
Yeah.
Now we hear there might actually be a problem. This could be big trouble.
Yeah, we've heard that before, right? The veterans hardly do anything during training camp because, listen, it's not their first rodeo. They'll be ready for that first game. They know what they need to do. It does not sound like that is the case. And going back to Devontae Adams, ironically, it sounds like during those joint practices between the Cowboys and Rams, the guy who really stood out on both teams, Devontae Adams getting the ball from Jimmy G. So, I think they are going to be just fine if that is the case with Jimmy G under center going forward. And the other weird, wacky thing out of that, too, is Micah Parsons, demands to be traded. Then he shows up at the practice and he puts his, Cowboys jersey on. So he's kind of around the team, but he's not doing anything. He still wants to be traded. And now there's these cryptic messages that he wants to maybe go to the Rams and Aaron Donald would maybe come out of retirement. I doubt all those things are going to happen. I still think he's going to re-sign with the Cowboys and he's going to live in Dallas and he'll be fine. But there's another wrinkle to all this preseason matchup.
Yeah, this is Jerry Jones' MO. If you look back to CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, Zach Martin, for some reason, this is exactly what he did. I think maybe him and Micah did have a one-on-one meeting and be like, hey, we're really going to sign this, but let's keep this drama going because then they're talking about the Dallas Cowboys.
I would not be surprised, right? Keep the Cowboys in the news. It is America's team. It is the most expensive franchise on the planet. People love to eat this up. We're talking about it. It's on all the radio and TV networks. So, I would not be surprised. But it sure looks like I would guess that Micah Parsons would still be a Cowboy when it's all said and done. And speaking of NFL signings, too, we're still waiting for Micah Parsons. But I forgot Keenan Allen was out there. Former Charger, former Chicago Bear, coming back to the Lightning Bolts. I think he's going to make a big impact. I think he's still got some gas in the tank, Patrick.
I like a little homecoming here. This is good news, man. Justin Herbert's probably like, great, I need you.
Yeah, they do need some extra receivers, definitely for the Chargers. So he's going to come back and be a huge addition. And what's funny is Keenan Allen wore number 13. He got number 13 again as he rejoins the LA Chargers. He had to take it from DJ Uiagalelei, the backup QB, who has some Inland Empire roots there. So DJ's going to go, I think, from 13 to number 7. I mean, because if Keenan Allen's coming back, you got to give him his number 13, right? He deserves that.
Definitely. And I kind of like the development here. Lad McConkey on one side.
Yes.
Keenan on the other.
Yeah.
There's some weapons there. Running game, boom.
Listen, Jim Harbaugh knows what he's doing, man. So he knows what he's doing. He's built a winner everywhere he's been. So I trust Jim Harbaugh there with the Chargers.
Yeah.
But I do not trust what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. What's the deal in Cleveland?
What
Patrick, they technically have 6 quarterbacks right now, although you could make a case that only like 2 are healthy, and Shedeur Sanders might start in that preseason opener tomorrow night against the Carolina Panthers. Dude, but they are a mess right now, especially at the quarterback position.
Yeah, I think if you are Shedeur, even if it's against, the 5th string, whatever, this is your chance to look good. I mean, come on, Trey Lance pulled it off. Everyone was talking about it. If he can at least make the throws, this is your opportunity, dude. And then maybe, just like you're saying, what is going on in Cleveland? Are they doing the Jerry Jones method by keeping this? So we're talking about Cleveland. I wonder about it, man.
Man, like everybody's hurt. They signed Tyler Huntley, 40-year-old Joe Flacco. They certainly don't want him playing in preseason games. So it's like, well, who's going to play quarterback? And right now, Shedeur Sanders has been limited in practice. They say he's hurt, but he's probably going to be the starter on Friday in the preseason game against, the Panthers. And, of course, Deshaun Watson, we know his stuff, and he's got a torn Achilles, and we don't know when he's going to be back. Dylan Gabriel. All the Kenny Pickett's hurt. It's just they got all these quarterbacks, but none are really ready to take over. So it's a very strange situation in Cleveland.
I'd rather have Tyler Huntley than probably all of them.
Yeah, Tyler Huntley in the preseason, probably Joe Flacco when you start the season, and who knows what's going to happen once guys get healthy and get the season going. But yeah, they got a real situation going on in Cleveland right now with all those QBs, 6 of them right now. So
yeah, they do.
Strange. All right, let's talk some college football quickly. The NCAA coaches preseason poll is out. Not a huge shock, I would say, but Arch Manning, the quarterback of the Texas Longhorns, they find themselves number 1, according to the coaches in the preseason poll, followed very closely by number 2, the reigning national champions, Ohio State. And ironically, Patrick, they will play one another head-to-head that first Saturday of the season. I believe that's August 30th. Number 1 versus number 2. Man, what a massive game to start the college season.
Great scheduling by college football, and you're right, it's a dual threat. Something to look forward to. Big matchups coming up. And we all know there's just the pure excitement of just having college football start, because we know that starts just, a week or so before the NFL. Mm-hmm. So when college starts, football's here, baby. Time for the wife to say, see you in 4 months.
Listen, I'm going to block out Friday. I'm going to have to block out Saturday, Sunday, Monday nights. Oh, Thursday night. Don't forget about Thursday night. So here we go.
We're busy now.
Yes, I'm excited, man. We got some good games right out the gate. And finally, baseball news. Panic in the streets for all the Dodger fans across the Inland Empire. I still think they're the best team in baseball. I still think they have the best roster in baseball. They just haven't been playing like it. And right now, just a bad time for the Padres to get hot. Right now, the Padres are only 2 games back. So think of this. The Dodgers could be out of first place by the end of the weekend, depending on what happens, of course. But the Dodgers have the Blue Jays. And then next week, they've got the Angels and then a head-to-head series, 3 games against the Padres. The tide might be turning. I can't believe I'm saying that. San Diego is on their heels right now.
We've talked about this for years, and eventually the Padres have been knocking on that door, and I hate to say it, Dodger fans, eventually they're going to kick it down. We talked about this earlier. If the Dodgers did pull it off again, it will be insane and incredible because baseball is so difficult. I feel a collapse coming. And I think this may be the year. I know I'm going out there.
Wait, am I hearing this right, Patrick?
Yes.
The beginning of the end for the Dodgers.
Los Padres, I think, are going to get them this year. They've been knocking on the door forever. Unfortunately, I think they're going to get him this year.
Yeah, I just feel like it's been an uphill battle for the Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani's been having another great season, but Mookie Betts has really been slumping. You know, they cut Chris Taylor and our guy Austin Barnes. They've had all these injuries with their pitchers. It just seems like it's been an uphill battle all season long for the Dodgers. And the Padres are getting hot, man. They made moves at the deadline. They're playing, I think they've won 9 of 11, and they're in the rearview mirror, man. They are right there behind the Dodgers.
It keeps bouncing the Dodgers' way. Eventually, it's not going to, because that's the way baseball works. Yeah. I mean, come on. The biggest threat to the Dodgers last year, and they nearly got nipped by them, was the Padres. After that, it was like smooth sailing for the Dodgers. They know they've been coming for years now. I think it's going to happen. Dodger fan, don't kill me.
Man, I got a feeling we might have a Padres-Dodgers playoff series again this upcoming year. I'm just, let it be, you know, written right now, so I'm just putting it out there. I just feel like they're going to see each other in the playoffs.
And it's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight. We will keep our eye on that with our guy, Pep, when we talk to him on Monday. Pep, tell him how to get your stuff.
Oh, we'll see on Monday if the Dodgers are still in first or not. You can get my stuff anytime at Inland Sports right now on X, Instagram, and Facebook. We're also on YouTube, so you can go check it out. That's Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.